30 days for the onboard crew and our teams on the ground. I'd like to say a special thanks to our late load team. Last night and yesterday afternoon, you guys saw the weather around here. They got called off the pad a couple times. I think lost a couple hours, 2 hours of trying to do the late load with our polars and getting our animal habitats online and installed in the vehicle. They did a great job. We actually ran in beyond our turnover at 12 hours before launch time period. SpaceX worked with us on that, so just a tremendous effort that we could get all the late load cargo all planned. Nothing was removed or anything, and it's all on its way to the space station. So the SpaceX team. Support here with the KSC personnel to help out in those late load, and of course our JSC late load team is just an awesome job. So looking forward to berthing on Wednesday morning. Again, Jack will be the prime using the SSRMS to bring it in to Node 2 Nadir. That'll occur around 6 a.m. And we're not working any issues on the ISS that would prevent a good berthing, and could not be happier with today's launch. It was a spectacular show, and I'll turn it over to Hans.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I also have just greatness to report. We had a good catch-up day yesterday, and many thanks to the pad crew and the NASA crew on the late load. That became actually a later load. And they made up in time, just in time to get the rocket vertical and loaded, and then ready for the launch. The second stage went into a near perfect orbit, I would call this. Deployed Dragon primed propellants, and has performed the first core elliptical burn at this point in time. Obviously, solar arrays are out, and we're getting ready for I think the next thing is the GNC beta opening, and then continuing with more burns towards the station. Second stage has been taken out and is deorbited, and that was successful too. And then first stage landing was successful too, and I believe we do have a video on that. There we go, coming out of the clouds, and
a sonic
this
boom.
is the landing burn.
Felt throughout the Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station area.
And there's the landing zone 1, and
landing legs deploy. Returns.
Just barely can see the landing legs deploy just in time. Perfect touchdown. It's my eyes, it's not the landing legs. And from what I heard, it's right on the bullseye, and a very soft touchdown. So it's a great pre-flown booster, ready to go the next time. And again, thanks for the crew, thanks for the pad crew, NASA crew, and also again, thanks for the FAA and the range that worked through the weekend to get ready for launch, and of course, thanks to NASA.
Thank you, Hans.
Yeah.
Thank you both. We'll now take your questions in the room. If you please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. Mr. Fernholz.
Hi, Tim Fernholz from Quartz. 2 questions for Hans. One, I know that SpaceX is working the Falcon 9 towards its final build for commercial crew. Can you give us a sense of where the rocket we saw today is along that path? And also, every launch successful this year is a new record for SpaceX in terms of annual flights. What does that cadence mean for your production and reliability?
So let me go actually add up on the statistics that I started yesterday, right? So we're now on the 38th launch and the 12th cargo mission and the 13th flight for this year, and I'm not sure about that, 12th flight this year? 12th flight this year, 13th landing, and 14th landing, and I get the numbers right. Six successful landing. So I think obviously those numbers mean a lot in terms of reliability, and looking at the first stage landing is actually an enormous advantage. We can look at the stage and we can figure out how the parts look. Is there any damage, any traces, any corrosion or anything that we haven't seen before? So obviously that's a great win, and that's for